I can certainly be a creature of habit when it comes to food. In fact, for about the last 7 years, I've had almost the exact same thing for breakfast every morning, which consists of 2 fried eggs and cereal. And not only do I have the same thing, but I cook my eggs the same exact way where I kind of burn the white part and keep the yolk nice and soft. Now, there are tremendous benefits to getting to wake up every morning and not even think about what I'm going to eat. But imagine if every meal consisted of me eating eggs and cereal. Right? Eventually, I would have some serious nutritional deficiencies that would catch up with me. Well, in the church of Corinth that Paul is writing to, he's lamenting the fact that they are drinking the same thing for every meal, and as a result, they are severely spiritually malnourished. And so today we're going to continue our theme entitled Chaos in Corinth as we continue to look at the chaos that is abounding within this church. We're going to read chapter 3, verses 1 through 4. Brothers and sisters, I could not address you as people who live by the Spirit, but as people who are still worldly, mere infants in Christ. I gave you milk, not solid food, for you were not ready for it. Indeed, you are still not ready. You are still worldly. For since there is jealousy and quarreling among you, are you not worldly? Are you not acting like mere humans? For one says, I follow Paul, another, I follow Apollos. Are you not mere human beings? In the last chapter, we saw this theme of the superiority of wisdom that is generated by the Spirit over and above the wisdom of this world. And so Paul immediately starts off this chapter by saying he can't address them as people who live by the Spirit. Now, think about it. This is a sobering statement to think that we can have the Spirit of God living inside of us, and yet in the same breath, not live by the Spirit. And so chaos was rampant in their lives and the church because their having the Spirit didn't translate to them living by the Spirit. So the Corinthian church had elevated a wisdom of their culture over and above a godly wisdom. And thus they had really relegated themselves to a diet of milk. And this has stunted their spiritual growth. Right? They should have been much further up the growth chart by now. But instead, they are stuck and they find themselves in need of a major growth spurt. They are spiritually malnourished. In their case, their inability to eat solid foods has led to jealousy, comparison, competition, division, and more. And so it begs the question of us, what kind of spiritual diet are we on? Do we find ourselves regressing back to comparing ourselves and becoming jealous of others? But it seems what Paul is talking about is cyclical, and that the Corinthians are not living by the Spirit, and so as a result, they are not eating solid food. And since they are not eating solid food, they are quarreling with one another and becoming jealous of one another. But this all stems from them resisting being people who live by the Spirit. And so I want to leave you with this question to ponder. What is one aspect of your life that you find yourself resisting living by the Spirit?